Fourth set, questions from 16 to 20. In a hockey tournament, there are two groups A and B. In the group stages of the tournament, each team from Group A played every team from Group B, but didn't play any team from the same group. Teams in Group A were India, Netherlands, Pakistan, and Australia. So these are 4 teams. And teams in Group B were South Africa, Belgium, Germany, and England. So these are another 4 teams. So every team from Group A played every other team from Group B. So India played 4 matches, Netherlands 4, Pakistan 4, and Australia 4, a total of 16 matches. While India did not play with Netherlands or Pakistan or Australia, and same is true for Group B. Now we have some conditions which says the sum of the total number of goals scored in the matches of South Africa against India, Netherlands, and Pakistan was a multiple of 5. Similarly, for each of Belgium, Germany, and England, the total number of goals scored against India, Netherlands, and Pakistan was a multiple of 5. So the first statement is telling us the property of the number we are going to put, but it doesn't tell us the exact value. Second one says the total number of goals scored in the matches of South Africa against India, Netherlands, Pakistan was either less than or equal to the total number of goals scored in the matches of Belgium against India, Netherlands, and Pakistan. Again, we have at least 3 numbers comparison, so we don't know what those will be right now. This in turn was either less than or equal to the total number of goals scored in the matches of Germany against India, Netherlands, and Pakistan. So that's the another combination, which was again either less than or equal to the total number of goals scored in the matches of England against India, Netherlands, and Pakistan. So not an easy statement here. So there are definitely 4 inequalities, just 3 inequalities comparing 4 values. So second is also not giving us anything definite, but just a relation. Third condition, in all of India's matches, the number of goals scored was a distinct number from the Fibonacci sequence and greater than 1, while the number of goals scored in each of the Netherlands matches was a distinct multiple of 3. Now, this statement is giving us something from the beginning. A Fibonacci sequence is a sequence where the first 2 numbers are 1 and 1. And then every other number is the sum of the previous 2. So it starts with 1, 1, then you will have 1 plus 1, 2, 1 plus 2, 3, 2 plus 3, 5, 3 plus 5, 8, and so on. Fourth one says the sum of the number of goals scored in the matches of South Africa against India and Netherlands was a 2-digit prime number. This is also true for Belgium, Germany, and England. So this is also going to give us something unique. We're talking about 2-digit prime numbers here. So obviously we have tons of 2-digit prime numbers, but still we have certain range here. Fifth, the total number of goals scored in matches of South Africa against India and Netherlands. So India and Netherlands are discussed in third statement, third condition, was less than the number of goals in the matches of Belgium against India and Netherlands, which was less than the total number of goals scored in the matches of Germany against India and Netherlands, which was less than the total number of goals scored in the matches of England against India and Netherlands. So this is very similar to statement number 2, in that it was less than or equal to as compared to every team from Group B as compared to Group A. Here we have Group B teams with only India and Netherlands comparison. So 3, 4, and 5, they are related. So we will take these 3 statements and try to see what all numbers we can come up with. Now the 6th statement says the sum of all the goals scored in the matches played by South Africa has less than 5 factors. So whatever combination we will have, we will check those. Similar is the case for all matches of Belgium, Germany, and England. The number of goals scored in each of the matches was a unique value from 1 to 16. Okay, so this is more like a magic square. Even though, I mean, we are supposed to put unique numbers here. Like we already know there are going to be 16 matches, but it is going to be a unique value from 1 to 16. The sum of the values in every row or column is not necessarily going to be same, but we need to place all these 16 unique numbers here. So let's draw a table where we will have the 4 teams from Group A going to play against 4 teams of Group B, and let's pick up the conditions 3, 4, and 5. Now, the Fibonacci sequence we have already seen for India is going to be 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8. 5 plus 8 is 13. 8 plus 13 is 21. 13 plus 21 is 34, and so on. This will continue. We are not allowed to take 1 and 1, so let's remove them. So the goals scored from India in the matches are going to be 2, 3, 5, and 13, right? Now, what should be the sequence of these? No, we can't take 2, 3, 5, and 18. Sorry, 2, 3, 5, and 13. We can take 8 also. We can take 21 also. So the goals scored in the matches of India will be from these 5. And we have only 4 teams to play against India. So one of these have to be ruled out. Suppose India right. So what we can't pick up is 3, right? Why? Because if 3 is there for India, then the sum with Netherlands matches will become a multiple of 3, right? And if it becomes a multiple of 3, that means it cannot be a prime number in that case, isn't it? The only number which is a prime number and a multiple of 3 is the number 3 itself. We are supposed to add some number to 3. That will make us a number in the multiple of 3, because for Netherlands it's already a multiple of 3. So India ka agar 3 hai and Netherlands ka some number in the multiple of 3, so their sum will be a multiple of 3 and it won't be a prime number. So we can't take for India 3. So we only have to place 2, 5, 8, and 13 here. Now, goals scored from in the Netherlands matches will be, so India mein hame 2, 5, 8, and 13 place karna hai. In Netherlands we can have 3, 6, 9, 12. We can have up to 15, right? Because 16 is the largest number we can place, right? I hope everybody remembers it's 1 to 16. So we can't go beyond 16. So these are the 5 numbers that we can place for Netherlands, out of which only 4 has to be placed in, 1 has to be ruled out. Now, for the team against which India scores these 13 goals, the only possibility for Netherlands will be 6. 13 plus 6 is going to be 19. So if I take 13 plus 3, this is 16, not a prime number. 13 plus 6 is 19. 13 plus 9 is 22, not a prime number. 13 plus 12 is 25, not a prime number. 13 plus 15 is 28, not a prime number. So 13, 6 ka combo hoga, right? That pair will be formed. The other possibility that can, for that we can have prime numbers is if we take 2 and 3, that will give us a 5, which is a prime number. 2 and 6 definitely not. 5 and 6 is 11. 8 and 9 is 17. And 8 and 15 is 23. 13 and 6. So 1 is 13 plus 6, which is 19. We can have 2 plus 3, 2 plus 9, 2 plus 15. So 2 plus 3 is 5, 2 plus 9 is 11, 2 plus 15 is 17. So these are 3 possibilities. With 5, we can have 5 plus 3, 9, 5 plus 6, yes. 5 plus 6 will be 11, or we can have 5 plus 12, which is 70. This is also a prime number. With 8, we can have 8 plus 3 as 11, 8 plus 9 as 17, and 8 plus 15 as 23. And when it comes to 13, 13 का तो एक ही होगा, 13 plus 6, which is 19. No other one will give us. Since 6 is already taken, we should remove all those cases where 6 is involved. Acha, we have already written 13 plus 6, isn't it? So that's not possible. So 13 plus 6 is fixed. So 5 plus 2 is 12 is fixed. So we will remove all those numbers where 5 or 12 is used. So we have got now in order to get 23, we need 8 and 15. Right? And it was a 2-digit prime number. Since 17 has been used, we can't take 17. We can't take 17. That means 2 is definitely going to be used. So we can't have 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 because this is a single digit number. So 2 plus 9 is going to be used, which will give us 11. Since 11 is used, we will have 8 plus 15 as 23. So that means we will be using 13 for India, 2 for India, 5 for India, and 8 for India. While for Netherlands, we will be having 6, 9, 12, and 15. So 3 is not used for Netherlands. So this is gone. Okay. Now, using the fifth statement, we know that total number of goals scored in matches of South Africa against India and Netherlands was less than the total number. So the least sum is 11. So this is what we will have. And 11 we can only form using 2 and 9. Once we are done with 11, the next higher number is 17. 17 is going to happen with 5 and 12. Next higher number is 19. That will happen with 13 and 6. After 19, the next higher number is 23. That will happen with 8 from India and 15 from Netherlands. That means India has a total of 23 plus 5, 28. And Netherlands has a total of 15, 30, 42. So this is all we know as of now using statements 3rd, 4th, and 5th. We have figured out all of India and Netherlands and the total goals of under South Africa, Belgium, Germany, and England, which is Group B. Now, using statement number 1 and 2, the conditions. The sum of the total number of goals scored in the matches of South Africa against India, Netherlands, and Pakistan was a multiple of 5. Similarly, for each of Belgium, Germany, and England, the total number of goals scored against India, Netherlands, and Pakistan was also a multiple of 5. So we are supposed to place some number at these cells so that their sum turns out to be a multiple of 5. Wherein England already has a 23. So we can make it 25. If we make it 25, we would need a 2, but 2 is already used between India and South Africa. So we can't have 25 here. The next possibility is we can make it as 30. If we make this as 30, we would need a 7. 7 has not been used, very much possible. If we need a 35, we would need a 12. 12 is already used. If we need a 40, we would need a 17, which is way beyond the range. We cannot have a value more than 16. So the only possibility we can have is 30 by taking up a 7 for England. So if this turns out to be 30, and using the second statement, we know that this is greater than equal to, this is greater than equal to, this is greater than equal to. Now, value less than 30, here we can have either a 20 or a 25 or a 30. If we have a 30 here, we can again have a 30 here. So let's see if we can have a 30 or not. Now 13 plus 6 is 19. We can have a 30 by taking 11. We can have a 25. This is 19 by taking a 6. And 13 plus 6 is 19. We can have a 20 by taking a 1. So 1, 6 and 11, they are possible. Now, can we make a 20 here? Because this is already 17. So if I try to make it a 20, so we would need a 3 here. So this is very much possible. If we try to make it a 25, we will need an 8 here, but 8 is already used. So we can't make a 25 here. So 20 is going to be here. Next is South Africa. Since we need a value less than equal to 20, so if we try to make this as a 20, we would need a 9, but then 9 is already there. So 20 is not possible. A value greater than 11, a multiple of 5, but not 20 is obviously 15. If we need a 15 here, that would make this one as a 4. So I'll write 30 here. So we have these possibilities that South Africa is going to be 4, Germany is going to be 1, 6 or 11, England is going to be 7, and there is no repetition of any number whatsoever. The total of Pakistan will be 4 plus 3, 7, 7 plus 7, 14, 14 plus 1 is 15, 14 plus 6 is 20, and 25. So 15, 20 or 25, this is possible. So in this, everything is fine. Okay, fine. There is a repetition of 6 here. So we can't take a 6 here. So the only possibility is 1 and 11, as in Germany can't have 25. In other words, Pakistan is going to be 4 plus 3 plus 1 plus 7, which is 15. Or 4 plus 3 plus 11 plus 7, which is 25. So 20 is not possible for Pakistan. So we'll have two possibilities. One, where Germany is going to take 1 against Pakistan, 1 goal, or may have scored 11 goals against Pakistan. So Germany and Pakistan, they have had a total of 11 goals among them. So let's write down those two cases and use the last remaining condition, which is condition number 6. So case number 1, when Germany is going to have 1. Case number 2, when Germany has 11 goals with Pakistan. Now, in this, we already have a 15 here. So the leftover numbers are 1 is already used, 2 is used, 3 is used, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is used. The next number we can have is 10 here, right? If we have 10, this 15 turns out to be 25. We have 5, 12, 3. We already have 20. Can we make it 25? No, we can't put a 5 here. 6 is taken, 7, 8, 9, 10, all of them are taken. Next we can have is 11. If we put 11 here, we will have 31, right? And can we put 12? No. Can we put 13? No. We can put 14 here. So we can put 11 or 14 here, thereby making Belgium increase by 11, which is 31 or 34. And since we know that the sum of all the goals scored in the matches played by South Africa has less than 5 factors, so we can only put 2, 9, 4 and 10, right? Similarly is the case for Belgium, Germany and England. If we happen to take instead of 11 and 14 for Belgium and Australia, if we take 16, we will have a total of 36, and 36 has got more than 5 factors. So we can't take 16 for Belgium. Similarly, right now Germany is at 20. If I take 16, it will become 36. 36 has got way more factors. So we can take 14 and 11 accordingly, so that the total number of goals with Germany is going to be 34 or 31. Now England already has 30 goals overall so far. So with Australia, we can have the last leftover number, which is 16. That will make overall England to be 46. And now 46 has less than 5 factors, right? 2 into 23, what it is. And that will translate into only 4 factors. So if we count the total number of Australian goals that the matches of Australia with other 4 teams happened, it is going to be 10, 11, 14. So that is 35 plus 16. That will result in 41. And if we happen to count the total number of goals, this is going to be 80, 100, 10, 20, and 30. Hold on. This is 25, 35, 45, 51. Sorry, this is 51. So the overall goals will turn out to be 136. Okay. The second scenario, we already have 15 for South Africa. So the next smallest number we can have is 10. So if we give it a 10, so it will become 25, which has less than 5 factors. If we give 11, we can't. 12, no. 13, no. We can give it 14. If we give 14, it will become 29. If we give this as 14, it will become 29. That is also very much possible. And if we give 16, it will give us 31. That is also very much possible. So South Africa and Australia, the total number of goals can be 10 or 11 or 14 or 16. All 4 are possible. With Belgium, if we put 10 here, the problem is it will become 30, way more than those many factors. If I put 11, very much possible. If I put 12, it will be 32, more than 5 factors. 14, very much possible. 16, no. 36, बहुत ज़्यादा है. Now 30 plus 10, we can't do that. 30 plus 11, yes, very much possible. 30 plus 14 will be 44. Now 44 has more than 5 factors. 30 plus 16 is 46. 46 has less than 4 factors. So this is possible. We also have an 11, isn't it? So we are using 11 here, so we have to check for 1 actually. So if I put 1 here, we will have 16, and 16 will have exactly 5 factors. So I can't take 1 here. So it's 10, 14, 16. If I take 1 here versus 21, 21 is 2 into 3 into 7, which will have more factors. So this is definitely 14 now. If this is 14, we can't take 14 in South Africa-Australia match. Now, between Germany, we can put in 1. We can't put 14. We can put 10, 31, 40. No, we can't take 10. Can we take 16? Yes, 30 plus 16 is 46, and 46 is 2 into 23. That has got less than 5 factors. For England, if 116 is here, so 16, 1 is going to be here. That means 16 and 1 are distributed between Germany and England. That tells us we can't have 16 in South Africa. 16 is taken, isn't it? So we'll have 10. So that will make overall South Africa increase by 10. So this is going to be 25. So let's write it below everywhere. So this is 25. So this is 25. Next, 20 was already there. We need another, it increases by 14. So this becomes 34. It was already 30. It may increase by 1 or 16. So it may be 31 or 46. Accordingly, England is going to be 46 or 31. Total Australia will be 10, 20, 30, 40 and 41. If we add all of this, it's not a surprise. It's obviously going to be 136. Reason being, sum of all the numbers from 1 to 16 is 136. Okay. Let's now move over to the questions. Question number 16. What is the total number of goals scored in the matches of South Africa in the group stage? So the total number of goals scored in both the cases is 25. Since it's a theta question, we are supposed to put in 25. 25 is the answer. Question number 17. If the number of goals scored in the matches of Belgium in the group stages were minimum possible, so the minimum possibility is going to be 31. Then what was the number of goals scored in the match between Germany and Australia? So if it is 31, that means Belgium scored 11. That means 14 goals between Australia and Germany. Option B will be the answer. Question number 18. What best can be concluded about the number of goals scored in the match between England and Pakistan? So, between England and Pakistan, so this is the match we are talking about. England and Pakistan, this is the match we are talking about. So, it has to be exactly 7. So, answer is going to be option B. Question number 19. Which of the two statements below is necessarily false? So, the first statement, statement A is, most goals were scored in all the matches of Australia put together compared to any of the other teams total. So for Australia, the total is 51 or it is 41. So it may be false, it may not be false. So the question is asking us necessarily false, so we can say no, it's not necessarily false. Now, statement B, the least number of goals were scored in all the matches. Since statement A is not false, A is not going to be true, and option D also doesn't make sense. Okay, statement B, the least number of goals were scored in all the matches of South Africa, which is 25 here and which is 25 here, put together as compared to any of the other teams' totals. So, if this is 25 and 25, so it is not necessarily true because Pakistan may have the least as compared to other teams put together. Or maybe Pakistan have same as the number of South Africa. So that means statement B also is not necessarily false. It may be true, it may be false. So the answer is going to be option B, neither statement A nor statement B. Question number 20. If for both the groups, the top two teams in terms of the maximum number of goals scored in their matches qualified for the semi-finals, how many teams could have qualified for the semi-finals? So if we talk about Group A, which is India, Netherlands, Pakistan, Australia in the first sequence, we can see that Australia qualifies and Netherlands qualifies. In the second case, we see that Australia and Netherlands qualifies. So if we talk about Group A, we can have Australia and Netherlands getting qualified. Let's talk about Group B now. In Group B, we can have the highest England, and the second highest could be Belgium or Germany. So we have 5 teams that can go. If we look at the second scenario, it can be Germany, or in Group B, we can have 46 is the highest. So it could be Germany or England, one of these two. And the next one is going to be Belgium. So whichever is the scenario, England, Belgium or Germany, out of these 3, 2 will proceed. But which 2 we don't know. So we can say that a total of 2 teams from Group A and a total of 3 teams from Group B. Out of these 5, 4 will proceed. So the answer is going to be 5. Since it's a theta question, we are supposed to type in 5. Saying that if for both the groups, the top 2 teams in terms of the maximum number of goals scored in the matches qualified for the semi-finals, 5 teams can qualify for the semi-finals. So answer is 5.